Hello students, in today's video on basic concepts in geometry, we will learn how to describe a segment, a ray and a line as set of points. We start with the line segment. Let's have the line segment here. The union set of point A, point B and points between A and B is called segment AB. What does this mean? That is point A along with point B and all the points between A and B. Okay, a segment is made up of infinite points. So all those infinite points along with these 2 points form a segment. Okay. Segment AB in short is written as seg AB. Segment AB means the same thing as seg BA. We can write segment AB as segment BA also. Point A and point B are called the end points of the segment AB. The distance between the endpoints. The distance between the endpoints of a segment is called the length of the segment. That means if I want to find the length of segment AB, what do I have to do? I have to find the distance between point A and point B. And we have already learned how to find the distance between 2 points. So that means we can say that length AB is equal to distance between points A and B. Length AB is also written as AB, only AB. Okay, we now proceed to ray AB. Suppose A and B are 2 distinct points. So let's have those points, children. Okay, A and B are 2 distinct points. Then the union set of all points on segment AB and points B such that A dash, B dash, P is called a ray. Now let's understand what it means. The union set means all the points of on segment AB. So this is the segment AB. So all the points on segment AB and all points P. Now all points may we are taking only one P right now. There are many P points here. That P could be here, P could be here, anywhere. So all those points P such that A dash, B dash, P. So that union of all those points is called as a ray. So this is how a ray looks. Okay. Here point A, this point A is called the end point because the ray is in this direction. A is the end point. If the ray was in this direction, depending from where it is starting, we would have called it as the end point or the origin. We next proceed to line AB. Okay. The union set of points on ray AB and opposite ray of ray AB is called line AB. Let's understand this statement, students. This is ray AB because it's in this direction and the union set of all points on this ray and the opposite ray of ray AB. Where is the opposite ray? Let's have the opposite ray, that means this. So this is called line AB. This is called line AB. It can also be called as QB, it can be called as BQ, it can be called as BA. Anyway, you can name this line. The set of points of segment AB is a subset of line AB. See, line AB is a bigger line set and segment AB is a part of this. So segment AB is called the subset of line AB. We proceed with congruent segments. These are 2 segments AB and segment CD. If the length of 2 segments are equal, then the 2 segments are congruent. They are either called as congruent segments or simply the segments are congruent. Let's see, children, whether the segments are congruent or no. Yes, the 2 CD is coinciding with AB. That means AB is congruent to CD. Segment AB is congruent to segment CD. So that means here length AB is equal to length CD. Therefore, we can say segment AB congruent to segment CD. Okay. Because they were coinciding, the lengths are equal. We now proceed to properties of congruent segment. The first property is reflexivity, which means that segment AB is always congruent to itself. Every segment is congruent to itself. That is called as reflexivity. Second is symmetry. If segment AB is congruent to segment CD, then segment CD is also congruent to segment AB. Clear? Third one is transitivity. If segment AB is congruent to segment CD, and segment CD is congruent to segment EF, then segment AB is also congruent to segment EF. In simple words, if I have three segments, first segment is congruent to the second, and if the second is congruent to the third, that means the first is congruent to the third. Okay, we now move on to the next case, that is midpoint of a segment. Now suppose here if I take a segment AB, okay, and I have a point M on it such that AM is equal to MB. So we put identical marks on this. This indicates that the two lengths are equal. So then M is called as a midpoint. So let's have the definition of this. If A dash M dash B and segment AM is congruent to segment MB, then M is called the midpoint of segment AB, and every segment has one and only one midpoint. Okay. Comparison of segments. Now when we have to compare, you have learned comparison of numbers. When one number is greater than the other, we put the less than or equal to sign. Same way we will compare segments. We take two segments here, segment AB and segment CD. You can obviously see which segment is smaller. AB is smaller than, length of AB is smaller than length of CD. Okay, so we can write this: if length of segment AB is less than length of segment CD, then it is written as segment AB is less than segment CD, or segment CD is greater than segment AB. Clear, students? The comparison of segments depends upon their lengths. Okay, if the length is more, it is said to be greater. If the length is small, it is said to be smaller than the other one. Next is perpendicularity of segments or rays. Now, this statement, if the lines containing two segments, two rays, or a ray and a segment are perpendicular to each other, then we can say that the two segments, two rays, or the ray and the segment are said to be perpendicular to each other. Now, this statement, what does it mean? Let's understand with the help of a figure. In this figure, you can see there are two lines which contain two segments or two rays. Okay, two rays, you can take ray AB, ray CD, or you can take ray BA and ray DC, any two rays, or ray AB and ray and segment CD. You can take any one of them. So if they are perpendicular, if the lines are perpendicular, then the subsets will also be perpendicular. So let us have more clarity on this with the help of an example. So here, since the lines are perpendicular, we can say segment AB is perpendicular to segment CD. Okay, this is taking care of this part. Then the two segments are perpendicular to each other. Now let's take example of two rays. Ray AB, this direction, ray towards your right, is perpendicular to ray CD downwards. These two rays are perpendicular to each other. Ray BA is in this direction, is perpendicular to ray CD. So left side ray perpendicular to the downward ray. Okay. So the last one is one segment. This was two segments, two rays, and segment and a ray. Segment AB perpendicular to ray DC, the upward ray I have taken. Now you can write many more relations from this figure. Okay, let's go to the next part of the chapter, distance of a point from a line. Now to understand this, let's have a figure. In this figure, we have segment CD perpendicular to AB and D lies on segment AB. Then CD is called the distance of point C from AB. Now in simple words, what it means. Okay, if you have a point here, And if you have a line, if you want to find a distance, the distance between a point and a line, you have to consider the perpendicular distance. This is what it means. Distance between any line and a point is always the perpendicular distance. Okay. So the D is called, here D is called the foot of the perpendicular. If this distance CD, if length CD is equal to A, and since this CD is the perpendicular distance from AB, we will say that point C is at a distance of A units from AB. Clear, students? If CD is equal to A, then point C is at A distance from A line AB. We now start with practice set 1.2. In this practice set 1.2, the first question, the following table shows points on the number line and the coordinates. Decide whether the pair of segments given below are congruent or not. So this is the table, students, and the first pair is segment DE and segment AB. Now we have to find out whether the segments are congruent or not. Now in order to find them congruent or not, what are we going to do is, we are going to find out their lengths. If their lengths are equal, we will say that they are congruent. If the lengths are not equal, they are not congruent. So let's find out length DE. For this, we will consider the coordinates. We have seen this earlier. Then we find which coordinate is greater. Then we have the formula. Okay. Now we substitute in the formula. 9 minus of minus 7 equal to 9 plus 7 equal to 16 units. We call the statement as 1. Then we proceed to find segment. Length of segment AB. So coordinates of A minus 3, coordinates of B say 5. 5 is greater than minus 3. So, and then the formula, then substitution, 5 minus of minus 3. Next step, 5 plus 3 equal to 8 units. We call this 2. Now from 1 and 2, what do we get? From 1 and 2, length DE is not equal to length AB. Therefore, when the lengths are not equal, what do we say? We say that segments are not congruent. Segment DE and segment AB are not congruent. Okay, with this we have finished the first sub question of question number 1. Okay, students, this is how your question number 1 looks. Out of this question number 1, the first sub question I have already done for you. You will be doing this 2 questions for homework in your notebooks. Okay, students, that's all for the today's session. Have a great day. Thank you.